Before their first day even began, a hurricane lashed Cape Breton, delaying the adventurers' launch with a humbling display of the true dangers of surviving in the wild. 6 strangers must return to the wilderness, traveling old trade routes of the Ulnu and Unamagi, also known as Cape Breton. Surviving for 25 days with no modern technology. Learning the old ways from the elders, to reconnect to their past and find what truly matters. Times change, people grow, but the land remains. As Hurricane Dorian passes through the Mi'kmaq district of Unamagi, also known as Cape Breton, 6 strangers from different nations set out to live off the land like their ancestors. Using seasonal trade routes and traveling by birch bark canoe, they will move inland from the Atlantic Ocean. With no modern technology, they must rely on the traditional knowledge of the elders. They must reconnect with their culture and themselves if they are to discover who they really are.
My name is Cameron Ominiak. I'm from Peace River, Alberta. I spent some of my time living on the res, learning from my grandparents how to hunt and snare, and I wouldn't mind continuing forth on that and creating a new path for myself.
My name is Jody Anzo. I'm from Betcheko, Northwest Territories. I love being out on the land, and I've actually have had work experience on the land.
Oh, hi. My name is Devoid, aka Jeffrey Pronto is my real name. I'm a Cree man my family's from northern Manitoba, Grand Rapids First Nation. Me in the woods for more than 10 minutes alone, I kind of get scared. I don't know much about my traditions, to be quite honest, and if I took the time of my life, I think it's something that I would never do on my own unless I was getting paid or in a TV show to do.
Hi, my name is Joshua Highway. I'm 25, and I grew up in a small town west of Prie. It was a great childhood. Part of that, I believe, is the old ways and my family bringing me up. It's something I'm proud of, that I can say I can do.
At this point in my life, I'm at a bit of a crossroads between who I want to be and who I am now. And I know that being a part of something like this, connecting to my ancestors and connecting to the land can really help.
Waja, Buju, Carly Johnson, the Shimnikas, Kitchename Kusabig and Duje the Ben Daquis.
Participating in this journey would be an absolute honor. It would give me a chance to reconnect to my ancestors.
Amazing. This is going to be a total different change from what I live now. My expectations are to see a different life and how to live out there. I'm so used to my face sticking in front of my phone. I told my family that I'll be out in the bush for 25 days, and they all believe that I can do it, even though they call me the town boy where I'm from.
The biggest adjustment being unplugged again is just not being able to talk to my family and whatnot. It's not a big deal for me. I don't even own a cell phone, and I've never owned a cell phone in 27 years of my life.
Really looking forward to having the time to unplug, just to, learn how to work within a group, within a setting that's very primal, and I'm hoping to learn a lot and just get a lot of healing out of this experience. I have a reputation. Google it. I live life to the fullest. I don't live life with regret. I'll do what I want, how I want. I don't make apologies for who I am, because society doesn't apologize to me for what it's done to us.
I'm afraid of the unknown. I love swimming, but I'm also afraid of what's under the water. I hope that we have a great time together, and I'm excited to see what we all do and what we all bring to the table.
A little worried I might snap at some people, but that's to be expected with hunger and a little sleep. Some people don't like to be told what to do.
I jump out of planes for fun. I've never done any of the hunting or trapping or fishing or anything like that. Just being able to connect back to who we are as Indigenous people and not be so reliant on the city, everything else. That's all the comforts.
Look at those boats, guys.
As they set out, the 6 adventurers find a gift of 3 birch bark canoes that will be their primary mode of transportation. Joining them on shore is a welcome party of elders and knowledge keepers. With their teachings delivered in the Mi'kmaq language, the diverse group must pay close attention.
Terry Janie, there isn't it? You can call me Terry John. Well, that's Becky's no deal. One of my game, Megala. Pascagla, ni Mudio, Miski Sibu. Hedawa, I look and dive in the easy door. Our nest for that way, Mugaluk and Hedawa, I can a good medugia. I'm on below asking a good one. Unquizay Claneg and Maugisigo. Look, Denny, there is it. We are also known as Ulno. Mi'kmaq means my ally, and this is what we called the French people when they arrived here. But we are known as Ulno. Ulno means we are the 7th generation grandchildren, and I believe each tribe has that similarities in their language. A lot of our canoe technology we don't know anymore, so we have to rely on people that our brothers and sisters from other tribes to help us, and one of them is Caleb Musgrave.
Anishinaabe knowledge keeper Caleb Musgrave worked with Mi'kmaq elder Terry Denny and his sons Luke and Hunter to make the birch bark canoes. Caleb was asked to join the build as canoe-making knowledge has been nearly lost among the Mi'kmaq of Unama'ki. Together they sourced materials and combined their methods to build the birch bark canoes.
They learned the whole process to put these together with me, and it was quite an experience. It was fun. A lot of banter, and that's the beauty of building these canoes is you build relationships with them.
Hopefully the back doesn't look too was it? Anyway, you can go to Munige. And much dying, we dying again. The whole radio.
With their task laid out before them and the welcome complete, the group quickly realizes they are now on their own, in a land none of them have ever seen. They must find a way to work together as strangers in the weeks ahead.
Cam, I think this side is the front.
Yeah. Are you good at steering, Josh?
As the journey becomes a reality, they prepare to test their canoes in the brackish lake along the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. Despite instructions on how to care for their canoes, some have already allowed them to drag along the shore, scraping the bottoms. They will learn that in the wild, even the smallest mistake could change everything. The adventurers continue their very first paddle towards Black Lake Camp. Some are excited by the journey ahead, others are confronted by the hardships that will become their daily lives. Quickly, the fragility of the canoes becomes clear.
Today we got in the canoes, the birch bark canoes, and we took our first paddle in the water.
It was really, really tippy, and just trying to balance between me and Josh was super fun.
A bit scary for me. Ours was built a little bit higher, so it was a lot more teetery and a lot less stabilized than the others, but we got our rhythm and we balanced ourselves out and we got it.
It was scary at first because we didn't have our balance right and we were like falling and I screamed very loud, but then we got it.
It was a little touch and go in the beginning as the center of balance is, it's not like manufactured canoes where they're perfectly balanced now.
We didn't make it very far. I'm wet now. What am I gonna do?
We went under a couple times. They got filled up with water and then they just went under, flipped.
The other canoe looked half submarine.
So Cam and Teresa's canoe, it kind of looked like a submarine. It was like, we watched it happen.
It didn't faze me or anything. I wasn't mad or upset. Just like, okay, let's keep going. Can't get mad on the first day. There's gonna be more to come.
Fortunately for me and Jody, it was no problem out there on the water. Our canoe is actually, it's the one right behind me. It's actually really well constructed with resin to hold the piece of birch bark together. the shape and the form. Whoever pieced this together really took care and made a great canoe.
Waiting for the aftermath of the hurricane to subside, the adventurers spent the previous day learning essentials in caring for their canoes and safety in the bush from Caleb Musgrave. From sourcing spruce roots and gum to finding birch patches, they were taught the skills that have survived for generations. Remembering these lessons will be key to success in maintaining and caring for their canoes. Birch bark canoes require attentive care as branches in the water, rocks, or simply dragging the canoe near shore can create holes and leaks. Depending on the size of the leak, spruce roots are used to sew damaged spots closed, or a new patch of bark is sewn over the hole. Pitch, much like nature's glue, is made by sourcing spruce gum from trees and melting it over a fire, then adding bear grease to keep it flexible when it dries. The mixture is stirred and, when tacky, applied with a stick over the hole or stitching. The pitch dries quickly and the canoe is water ready.
Well, that's all the vegetario. Because like wala kuchibukto. Aga neo kaya bu aga wala age mijipchoy. Me begis like me egin madim ko wala de erego. Neo kisi abu ja wala kutua minyo. Na mijisol tidosip. Me ala duaga me egin madim ko wala de. Najugo adni aptimnish.
Munti guys. Jika nemu ada tingkau, lagi nemu lagi, dan clearly out ayo.
Thank you.
Hey.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Just what my feet needed.
Right.
Kazunk.
Okay, guys, I'm a 9.
Get your body walk. Well, I'm kazunk.
Did you get one, Carly?
Nope.
Thank you.
10.
These are my size.
I'll let it uncle,
I'm
Nachsun, blankets. Artemiga Nedigal.
Abligamush.
Abligamush, guys. Uncle, rabbit fur. Show out the size. Temiga, walking.
Let it guys, let it to me and guess we get tossed.
Buksuga garden.
Buksugum Maltan tour. So we get tossed, but I'll have to walk on the walk, so we get tossed. And the water is a kilo, why is you? Wakamadu.
I will have it up a beach. Kiko, two nas pilmok is another go, dear moy, is I moinaway. Is a mimage, is Havijat of the stone, it is a spazad of the image. Is another one up league with neighbor. Guess where what is Lava Beach, Kiko will do a wigwam.
Yeah.
I had a look to one wall,
So how do you say rabbit?
Abligamuch.
Abligamuch.
Wobbles in Ojibwe.
Yeah, wobbles.
Yeah, in Clicho.
How could we best use these?
Pillows?
Pillows, or wrap your feet around it when you're, best thing, when you're cold at night, wrap your feet in it.
Ajimi solti gasnaki lunu kahit kiano. Mudamus pais. Mali up to mot and delik to go dio. Ulon. Nado.
Agreed.
Oh, what's up?
Awesome.
Guisenen. Let's eat.
Go with in?
Guisenen for me, yeah. I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Josh, me too.
Go with ultio. Gide gulani ke mi mejoy. Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
The fish chowder is done. It's cooked.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Chow down.
So excited.
Chow down. Nua dalulti.
Nua dalulti ni ke. Mera moi canoe guys. Molno gi wa. Wa di gabni gam panchi si gamo jegi pas.
Oops.
Dupsi wel this is not a way. It's window.
Chopstick la matu itu. Saya nak kata minda kau isi matu itu.
First time actually trying lobster and food like that, and how the bannock was thrown into the water. I tried that. It was my first time eating it like that. It was good. It was something I thought I'd never try.
Very good.
Looks good.
I eat shrimp, but not very often. So this is like new to me, and it was different, but very delicious. I liked it.
Which was it?
Shrimp, haddock, clams, lobster,
shrimps,
scallops.
Let's see what it will work.
Just the greatest. How much budget party or book to get out here? Ajibedler is that? Just the master of Manolage. Well, I nigga, me may joy, Glamana, Willie absolutely awesome. A bone oxid awesome, Bologna. I'm sure to Mali up the mall, the gig wall, dandling pie awesome. Mount there, would not push. Donna, guard, this is me dad awesome, but Marmy go with you. You guys should chow down on the chowder. It'll keep you warm for the night before dark. So you can gather up your branches where you're going to sleep on your branches for the night. And the more you eat, the warmer it'll keep you. Well, all you.
Good.
Have a safe night.
With their first night in the wild closing in fast, the adventurers realize they are truly on their own. Gifted with blankets, tools, fire, and food, the adventurers have been left to build their own shelter for the first night, now having only each other to depend on.
For shelter, we have some cover from some trees just off by the fire we're at, and we're gonna lay out our blankets. We got new gifts given to us, and blankets and rabbit fur, so that's gonna help. And we're gonna make a small fire and just kind of hunker down for the evening. Doesn't seem too complicated. The wind isn't too strong. It's not too cold. Looking forward to get some rest and just keep it moving.
That chowder was excellent. There was everything in it. There was shrimp, mollusks, lobster, all things I'm not used to eating, and I'm so lucky.
Getting on shore was kind of surreal, realizing that like I'm here, this is happening, drying off, I'm still kind of wet.
I think everybody's feeling good. Everybody's ready to get the shelter made and get cozy tonight.
My shoes were wet, and they were not on me. But when I seen them, they were wet. And I was kind of upset about that, but it happens. It's something I can't control, so it'll dry on its own.
Me and Cam were paddling together, went swimming together as well. We flipped the canoe, emptied it, and then got back in, and almost immediately it was filled up with water again. And then we were back in the water.
We had a group meeting before we set up and finalized things.
Yeah, I'll get the bigger axe. Yeah, watch that, that's gonna fly off.
I think setting up the shelter would be pretty easy because we all are doing team effort and we're trying to get it fixed before sundown.
We can do a cover or a blockage. I mean, there's not a lot of wind coming through, so it's really just...
There's also those two things that are dead right there. I don't know if you want to worry about those, maybe.
There's two ways we can do this.
Also, remember how high up the fire will go.
Keep it
so it's like...
All this then, like there's a whole tree right here, you know what I mean? That unless we're moving a whole tree right now.
We should just put like a small fire, like rocks, like, you know, like in a small area. You don't need a big fire. If we just keep it closed, like if we just keep it closing and we have a fire, it's just gonna keep the whole area warm, plus our bodies. We don't need to make a big fire. We should keep that one going and have a small one. So if we put a canoe here, then that's completely blocked this whole kind of area. No wind. If we put blankets here, then and it's soft, it's gonna be comfortable.
I feel like we're all on that level now of talking to each other and saying what's on our mind without being shy to speak.
Okay, let's do it that way. Does everybody want to do that?
Yeah, it's not cold out.
It's not cold. We're planning on building the canoes just to kind of keep the wind out and have a fire in the center and lots of cuddling.
We're gonna have to sleep very close to strangers, but I'm looking forward to it. I hope I'm warm tonight.
She's taking some of the spruce trees and laying them down for more bedding. And we're gonna use our blankets too and probably lay down like hot dogs, I guess, in a row. And we got some blankets set up on the sides too to block out the wind. This is my first time ever sleeping like this in the wilderness.
No experience whatsoever. I'm actually really excited. I think it's gonna be great for tonight.
We're all ready to get warm and stay warm for the evening.
Across Turtle Island, over land and sea, our people begin to rise as culture is reclaimed. A new chapter is being written by 6 adventurers facing old struggles to find new ways to learn and heal their people. Can we listen to the lessons of the wild once more? Can we reforge the chain of our ancestors' wisdom? Are you ready for a new chance to tell our story?
Era also my Giswalk, Abjalux no Gigwa. Gulaman, Mashkan Alux no go to Doctua dan Eldayo. Era way, Elnog, Megamawa. I need up to Dirmtunk. Abjalux no Gizwalk. Gigwa Amsid Dirmk. Walalio. Amsid Nogama.